I'm Matt Moore for the Action Network. Let's talk a little bit about DPOY and Jaren Jackson Jr. of the Memphis Grizzlies, aka Trip. Jaren Jackson Jr. missed the first month of the season recovering from injury. When he returned, the Memphis Grizzlies were 20th in defensive rating. That's points allowed per 100 possessions. Since his November 15th season debut, the Grizzlies are the #1 team in defensive rating by margin. That's not a coincidence. Jackson's impact stands out across the board, and as such, Jackson's DPOY odds have moved from plus 3,000 or longer in preseason to the consensus favorite at minus 225. Here are 3 stats why, even at a minus number halfway through the season, Jackson has value to win Defensive Player of the Year. Number 1, he blocks out the sun. Jackson leads the league in blocks this season at 3.3 per game, over a half block more than second place Nick Claxton. Among all players who have played at least 20 games and 20 minutes per game, Jackson is on pace for the highest block percentage since blocks were tracked in the box score. He's blocked 11% of all shots when he's been on the floor this season. Jackson's length means that even when he has to commit to the first contest with one arm, as shown here versus Domantas Sabonis, he's able to recover with the other arm to the other side and get it clean. His block numbers are especially crazy given how many more three-pointers are taken in the modern game, and Jackson's only playing 26.1 minutes per game. In the last 10 years, only 3 other players have had seasons with at least 3 blocks per game, but notably, none of them won Defensive Player of the Year. Number 2, his versatility is elite. Opponents are shooting 41% on drives to the rim with Jackson on the floor this season, compared to 51% with him on the bench. Jackson ranks 98th percentile defending pick and roll, 98th percentile defending spot ups. He's 90th percentile defending isolations, and 64th percentile defending in pick and roll when switching on to ball handlers. Guards score in the 6th percentile versus Jackson, while centers score in just the 5th percentile. Forwards fare better at 62nd percentile, but the majority of those are catch and shoot opportunities on rotations and not directly challenging him. Take a look at this play. Darius Garland is one of the quickest and shiftiest guards in the league, and Tripp's contest arm simply shadows him all the way to the rim. Number 3, he's at the top of the league. Via cleaning the glass, the Grizzlies give up 8.1 fewer points per 100 possessions with Jackson on the floor, good for 98th percentile and the difference with him on the court. As mentioned above, Memphis with Jackson have the #1 defensive rating in the league. In the last 10 seasons, no player has won the award for a defense outside of the top 3, and a player from a top 2 defense has won it 8 out of the last 10 times. Jackson's odds have plummeted to minus 225 at BetMGM, but that's for good reason. His number of games might be the only thing standing in his way. If he misses more time, you will want a standing ticket on Brook Lopez or Nick Claxton at a longer number. But if Jackson stays healthy, he's the runaway winner for Defensive Player of the Year.
And this is why we say that we believe Jaren Jackson Jr. is the Defensive Player of the Year.
For more on Jaren Jackson Jr. and the Defensive Player of the Year race, check out the Action Network app and actionnetwork.com.